Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Daniel Lopez, the Blind Samurai, and today's video is in the dark with a blind samurai. Why I went vegan. I started this like a week ago. I have done the vegan stuff for a while back. I tried it out like for a month or two. Just to see how it would affect me and diabetes, because I am diabetic, and I did this when I was sighted. I noticed when I was sighted and I was out of work on unemployment, I didn't have any medical, so I didn't have medicine or anything, and I am diabetic since I was like 18 years old. I am 35 now, gonna be 36 on the 1st of October. Fun fact. Oh yeah, and by the way, I wanted to say hi and welcome to all my new viewers and or subscribers. And the reason why everything is dark in this video right now is because this is the way I see. I don't see pitch black, but I don't see anything, and you could just listen to this video. All I'm gonna do is talk anyways, so you don't need to see my face. You could play this while you're doing something else, or yeah. So yeah, I've been diabetic since even before I was 18 years old. That's only when I got diagnosed with it. Type 2 diabetes. I was a really chubby kid, and I always liked eating, and I drank a lot of water, so that's why I think I had diabetes since before they found out I was diabetic. Oh yeah, so the first time I tried veganism, it was on this website. I think it was called veganresults.com, and it was this guy starting his website or something, or a business where he gives you, like, he would sell you the little ebook or a plan for vegan, and you could contact them. And I was talking to him. It was pretty cool. He gave me a like an easy to follow meal plan. I guess they had like a little calculator where you put in your height, your gender, and your age, and how much you weigh, and all this stuff. And it calculated how many times a day to eat and how much to eat. Well, basically, the portions were already planned out. They just told you how many times to eat and when you could eat and stuff like that. And they had, let me see, for my meal plan was, I think, 3,000 calories, and I had to eat 4 times a day. I could eat all the vegetables I want. The fruit, I don't remember recalling his plans having fruit in the diet, but like one meal plan, for example, was like 3 potatoes. That was one meal, or 3 cups of rice, or 3 cups of pasta, etc. Something like that for every meal. And besides that, you could eat every vegetable you want and drink a lot of water. Sorry, I'm moving one of the microphones. And excuse me if there's a lot of background noise in the back. It's the AC. It's been really hot lately. I am using my JLab earbuds to record this video. That's why you didn't get my famous intro, and this video has not been edited, or it's not going to be. And let me see. So yeah, that was pretty much the plan, the meal plan. Just a lot of carbs. And what's cool about this, it's why I'm diabetic. You might be thinking, why are you eating carbs if you're diabetic? Isn't that going to raise your blood sugar levels? And it's going to be bad. And the answer to that is no. No to both. Well, it does raise your blood sugar level, but anything you eat raises your blood sugar level. The carbs, all the sugar and the, like, potatoes and fruit and stuff like that. It's not bad for you. It's not bad for diabetics. The only time it does get bad is when you mix in animal products, which is usually fat, like hamburger meat or grease, butter, oil, when you fry your foods. I noticed like potatoes, for instance. If I eat baked or boiled potatoes or steamed potatoes, they're not bad for me. I could eat 20 a day, as much as I want. That's another thing that's cool about veganism. You're not limited to what you eat. Like, you could eat as much as you want until you feel full every time. So if you eat 4 or 5 times a day or more, you could eat all those times until you get stuffed. Calories are not, they don't matter in this. And I wanted to give a thank you to a YouTuber called Durian Rider. Durian, like the fruit, and rider, because he rides bikes. So if you're watching, thank you. And I used to watch him too, like when I was able to see. I lost my sight, by the way, 4 years ago, a little bit over 4 years ago, on February 16th. I lost it due to diabetic retinopathy, and that is not because of the vegan. That is because I used to love, well, I still did until I started this vegan thing, eating hamburgers, because that was one of my favorite foods. Another fun fact for all of you. And I would eat as much as 3 people could eat. I'm probably not that big. Like, if you were to see me on my videos, on other videos, you could go ahead and check them out if you haven't already. I've always loved exercising, and that's why I am not really fat, a really big guy. The biggest I have ever gotten was 220 pounds. My height is 5'10", 5 feet 10 inches tall. Right now I'm looking at probably 200 pounds of weight, and the most was 220. And I wasn't really doing much of activity at that time, and most of that weight was due to Gatorade, to sports drinks, Gatorade, and I always drank diet soda. Even as a kid, I liked diet soda, but I know soda contributed to that too as well because of the salt. But the sports drinks, they caused a lot of the weight gain, because when I was working at a recycling center, they're called a buyer, so the people go and take their recyclables, and I would help them sort them out and weigh their items, and give them a little voucher so they could go and cash it into their store. It was like Albertsons. And they would get their money. And a lot of the people there like me, they would tip me. They would either give me tips, they would buy me Gatorades, and a couple of times those rotisserie chickens for lunch. They would ask me, "Oh, have you had lunch yet?" Or when's your lunchtime? And yeah, they would buy me those rotisserie chickens and Gatorades. So, where was I going? Oh yeah, so that's what got me really fat. The Gatorades. Once I stopped drinking them, I realized, why am I gaining so much weight? And I noticed it was the Gatorades. I wasn't supposed to be drinking them anyways because I was diabetic. But yeah, once I stopped, I lost 20 pounds right there, really quick. The diabetes, let me see. Oh yeah, so let's get back to the vegan thing. So one time I tried the vegan thing from watching Durian Rider. They're always talking, him and his girlfriend. He has another girlfriend now. But they always talk about vegan and bicycle riding, cycling, which he also got me into. I have a really old video where I'm doing a really bad impression of him. I just say I'm on my bike, but with an Australian accent, which I thought it was funny at the time. But yeah, he's a really cool guy though. Love his videos. On that video, I'm on my bike, and then I take out a phone and record myself riding my bike. If you want to check it out, I think it's called On My Bike or something. I don't remember. I did it like almost 5 years ago. There was just little clips I would make before starting the samurai thing. Let me see. Oh yeah, so when I started doing his channel, checking out his vegan stuff, because I tried the other let me go back. Sorry, I'm getting a little scrambled up. When I first tried the vegan results plan, it was going pretty good. My blood sugars were like at the 400s before I did this plan, which is pretty high. I should have been in the hospital at that time to get like an emergency treatment or something. And that's partially, I think that's why I went blind, because I wasn't really taking care of myself. Just eating hot dogs, hamburgers, pizzas. Those noodle soups are really bad. They're poison. All that food is poison, especially to diabetics. Those noodle soups, if I would have 2 of them or 1 in a day, the next day my hands would feel like if I have arthritis, and they'll hurt. They'll feel like my hands are broken. It's because they fried those noodles. If I eat spaghetti noodles or rice noodles, that doesn't happen to me, unless they're those cup noodle soups. Let me see. Yeah, so the vegan results, that was pretty good. I did it. I was doing it, but people would keep. I wasn't getting like. Let me see. Like when you try out a diet or something, and people are like, "Here, eat this or that," or "Here," or they start buying you. They start like buying pizza and say, "Hey, you want some pizza?" I know you could just say no, but sometimes it's hard, especially if you're in a diet or something you don't really want to do or you're not sure of, and they bring in your favorite foods or inviting you out to eat. So that's what happened, and I started eating bad food again. Well, yeah, just food that is not good for you necessarily. But I noticed for the first time I did this, my blood sugar was from 400s, 300s, the high 300s, and I started doing this. My blood sugar started going back down to 120 in the mornings and stuff like that. Just by eating the high carbs, no fat diet, if you want to call it that. But a lot of people call it a way of life or changing a lifestyle. And yeah, all that is just eating something different. An easy way not to get tired of these things are just like adding spices to the food, or it's good to not use that much salt, oil, any kind of fat, grease, meats. If you're someone that like enjoys a lot of eating meat and stuff like that, and you want to try going vegan, it would be good to get like portobello mushrooms or any type of mushrooms. They're pretty good. They kind of feel like meat or taste like meat. You could even make hamburgers with like those big portobello mushrooms, either using it like the meat itself or using it like as the bread and the meat. Yeah, so watching these durian rider videos, excuse me, I have a really squeaky bed. I don't know if that's on getting in the video or not. The sound. Yeah, watching durian rider's videos, he says you could eat all the fruit you want, all the vegetables too, but mainly fruit he focuses on, and he's well known for that too. Like eating like 30 bananas a day or more. And yeah, so these the calories from the fruit and vegetable, rice, beans, some pasta or all pasta, as long as you don't put like meat in it or products that have or cook it with oil or grease. Because not only I don't think that matters for people that don't have diabetes, but when you do have diabetes, just a little bit of grease or fat does make a big difference, and it will block your insulin. It will give you insulin resistance and cause all your blood sugar. So if I eat, let's say 10 potatoes, it's gonna raise my blood sugar, but it's gonna go back down. But if I eat a piece of meat with that, it's gonna cause insulin resistance. Especially if I eat like a hamburger or French fries. Oh, that's what I was getting to. Sorry. Again, because I have all these things in my mind right now. But like I was saying, if I could eat potatoes, like baked potatoes and boiled steamed potatoes, and my blood sugar goes back down. But if I eat French fries, which are cooked in oil, even if it's supposedly healthy oil, it's gonna cause insulin resistance to me, and my blood sugar is gonna stay high. It's not gonna want to go down like for probably 2 days, and that's even if I'm using insulin or anything like that. So that's that with a potato. And I was gonna say too with the way durian writer was saying, he was saying you could eat all the carbs you want. You're not gonna get fat because you know how people say 3,000 carbs or 3,500 carbs or something like that is the same as not carbs, calories. The 3,000 or 3,500 calories will equal to 1 pound. So if you eat food that you're gonna get fat, you're gonna gain 1 pound of weight. But it's not so with this type of food, because I've been eating it like for I've done it before for a month or so, and now I've been doing it like for a week and a half, around there, and I feel slimming, like I'm slimming down, and I've been eating pounds and pounds of spaghetti and potatoes and rice. That's the main things I've been eating. I'm pretty sure I'm eating more than 3,000 calories of that, because the spaghetti, I'm the only one that eats the spaghetti when it gets made, and the rice, I've been eating a bunch of rice, and fruit. I like, my favorite fruit are bananas and plums. And let me see what else. Yeah, and it's cool because you could eat all this sweet fruit that you want. You know, it's sweet, it tastes good. I don't think there's a person that doesn't like fruit, unless they don't like candy or sweet stuff. On the bananas, you could put them in the freezer and just eat them later, like popsicles, or chop them up into pieces. If you're gonna put bananas in the freezer, first peel them and then put them in a bag. That's the best way, because if you freeze them with a peel, it's gonna be a pain to unpeel them unless you use a knife. But it still takes some work to peel them. Oh yeah, so I noticed that all the vegan stuff, it lowered my blood sugar. I keep going all over the place with what I'm trying to say. It lowered my blood sugar without using any medication, so I know it works. And I was just eating rice and pasta all the time. I was going to work. I worked as a security officer or security guard. So all I did was most of my day was just me sitting in my car looking at trailers at a yard. And I would take my little Tupperwares I would take one for each break because I was there most of the time. Like for 2 breaks and 1 lunch, I would take like 3 Tupperwares or containers with either 3 cups of spaghetti or 3 cups of rice or 3 potatoes. So there were those big Idaho potatoes. um, Beans, I didn't really eat that much. And fruit, not that much. And yeah, all this starchy stuff that the doctors. And it's funny too, because one time I got in an argument with the doctor. She was a diabetes specialist and endocrinologist, and she was like, "What are you eating?" Because I have told her before, like this was after when I started working again. Sorry, because I had mixed it up. I went to the doctor and I told her that I have been doing that diet before. Like I was already working. And I told her that I've done that diet before. And she's like, no, your blood sugar goes up. And I said, well, when I was doing it, my blood sugar was going down. I didn't have any medicine. And she's like, you're telling me you were eating potatoes that are full of starch and sugar and your blood sugar was going down? And I said, yeah. And she didn't believe it. So I told her, well, that's what happened. I want to eat that. And yeah, she got mad. And I don't know, she was acting dumb. She was saying that, oh, I'm a doctor. I've been studying this for I don't know how much long. And I told her, well, I'm a diabetic and I was eating potatoes and my blood sugar was going down. And after that, she was like, she got like mad or whatever. And yeah, next time I went to the appointment, I had another doctor. She didn't want to give my doctor anymore. And yeah, so now that I'm doing this again, the durian right away. So I am eating a lot of fruit, and also I'm doing it like how I did it before with the potatoes and the rice, because it's just easier to buy and to have around of and to make a lot of. And I've been eating that. I don't get bored of that. If I do, I just switch it up. So if I'm eating rice for a couple of days or a day, the next day I'll eat potatoes. I'll eat some fruit too, like in the morning. Oh yeah, and in the morning I have like two big cups of oatmeal or 3, with a bunch of bananas in it and cinnamon and sugar, like a spoonful of sugar, like Mary Poppins. I also drink coffee. I used to drink a lot of coffee. Recently I don't. I cut back to one cup of coffee or like 1 tablespoon of coffee. I would be drinking like 5 cups before. I'm not a nervous person, so I don't feel like bad or anxiety or anything like that with drinking that much coffee. It wouldn't affect my sleep pattern. Sometimes I do have bad sleep patterns, like now. Like right now it's already, I don't know, it's probably 12 or something. But I'm wide awake. I was exercising earlier. That's not because of the vegan thing. It was because I was staying up late to watch some videos and stuff. And let me see. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so I was drinking a lot of coffee before. I cut back down to 1 cup. So it's pretty cool. And what's really cool about the vegan thing, it makes you thirsty, but you do drink more water. I don't know if it's because of the sugar or what, or the starch, but I've been drinking water. Well, not more water, but how you're supposed to be drinking water. And it could also be because of the heat, but that also helps the blood sugar go down. And yeah, I contacted Durian Writer. I asked him if I could, like that I was gonna mention his name in my video, this video, and I'm gonna make another video for you guys. It's gonna take a while. I didn't know. Oh yeah, if you guys could let me know in the comments if you guys think I should do a video once every week or once every month about my progress. Because I am going to do one. I'm going to start it. I'm going to make it tomorrow. And I wanted to make it a monthly thing, but I'm not sure. Just make one video per month of the vegan, or once a week to show you guys my progress and stuff like that, or what you want to see me do. I also been exercising what I do, because I had a foot injury, hence those Das Boots videos. I wasn't able to exercise, and then after that I wanted to keep off my foot for another while, just so it won't reopen or anything bad happen. I wanted to play it safe. So that happened because I was taking too much time off exercise. I guess I got lazy and stuff. I guess I got lazy and didn't exercise for a bit. So because I used to do like 100 assisted pull-ups, which are those bars you put on the door frame. By assisted pull-ups, I mean I don't pull myself off the ground. I do like squat down and then I pull myself up without using my leg muscles, except for so I won't fall down off of those pull-up bars on the door frames. So I do 10 of those, then I go to 10 push-ups, and then I do for the push-ups I use those little handles. I bought some. I'll do a review of those later. They're pretty cool. Some other time, I mean. They're made out of plastic. I bought them at Walmart. It came in a little box set with other exercise equipment, like those resistant bands, ab roller wheel, and something else. I don't remember what it is. But anyways, yeah, I do 10 push-ups, and then to reset the lactic muscle, the lactic acid on my muscles, and they won't hurt, and I could recover them. I do 10 squats and heel raises, just to reset my arms and my chest and back and all that stuff. And I keep repeating it. When I get tired and I need like a rest from that, I start running in place. All these exercises, I do it in the doorway, by the way. You don't need that much room. And these are really great, the compound exercises, like mostly the ones that you need, and they're really great. The push-ups and pull-ups is a superset right there, and the squats, it works out a lot of muscles too, so it's a great compound exercise. Right now I did not lift weights, but I noticed too, because one of my favorite exercises is the kettlebell swing. I have a 30-pound kettlebell, and I noticed that doing the push-ups is a little bit more effective, the push-ups and the pull-ups, because the kettlebell swings, if I do them, it goes in par with the 300 exercises I do, which is the door exercises I told you, because just doing 100 of each makes it 300. But I did 50 last night. I did 50, yeah, and because, like I said, because of the foot injury, I started feeling my knees starting to not buckle, but they started kind of feeling like they were getting a little bit. What's the word? Inflammation, because it starts hurting. So I just stopped there. I was like, okay, I'll do more later, but no, it kept hurting. So that's a little bit of an injury already, but it's always best to stop at that point when exercising, when you feel like uncomfort, because then you could seriously injure yourself. And I said, well, if I just stop at 50, I could probably do another 50 tomorrow, or we'll have to see. Let me see. So yeah, so doing the vegan stuff, I've been feeling like going a lot leaner on my body, because I don't know how big I look in the videos, but I'm 200 pounds, 5'10". I do have like fat on my chest and on my stomach. I will make a video of this either tomorrow, later today, or I don't know what time it is. If it's 12 a.m. already, it's tomorrow, so today I will make a video, because I want to show the results and stuff like that too. But that video is not going to be out till next month, so it's already August. So the first of next month, every first, I'm going to be making the video. But if you guys think it's cool to do it every week, I could make it every week as well. Instead of that way, I also have more videos out, more content. And yeah, the veganism. Yeah, I noticed. Like I said, I noticed it lowered a lot my blood sugar. Being a type 2 diabetic for a long time now, and that's something that I messed up on too. So if you out there watching are diabetic, or know someone who is diabetic, make sure you guys take care of yourselves, or that they take care of themselves. Because I was a pretty young guy saying, no, I'll just take care of it later when I'm older. But I went blind before I got older. I went blind when I was 32 years old. So, and by that I noticed, I started seeing a little bit weird. I remember I used to have like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the trading card game, and they have like a little serial number on the bottom, and I used to be able to see that before, when I was in my 20s. I could see those numbers perfectly. Then in my late 20s, like around 28, 27, I started seeing, I couldn't see those numbers anymore. I had to use a magnifying glass, or I had to use my camera, my video, my phone, to zoom in on it. And I thought it was just because I'm getting older. Like, oh, my vision's going out because I'm getting older. Like you hear people say. But usually when you hear those people say, they're like 60 years old people. I was like, oh shit, like this is catching up to me. That like I'm getting like old quick or something. But it's the diabetes. It's that it slowly kills your organs. Like it's poison to all your organs, your body. I also noticed from diabetes making my like brain foggy. I would stumble a lot when I would walk and stuff like that. And there's another thing too. Besides the vegan diet, there's another diet or regular. There's a lot of stuff. But what I've heard is a lot of people say, "Oh no, eat fats. That's the way to reverse diabetes and stuff like that." But when you eat fat, you're not supposed to eat carbs, because, like I said, you'll cause the insulin resistance. That's a bad mixture. The carbs are sugar with fat. And a lot of stuff that's bad for diabetics is that, like ice cream, for instance. Ice cream is like milk and cream, so it's dairy or animal product fat and sugar. That's what ice cream is, and ice cream is bad for diabetics. Hamburgers is the bread, which is carbs, sugar, and fat, which is the meat, and that's really bad for diabetics. You get what I'm saying? And like the French fries too. Yeah. And also vegan, because when I first got my surgeries in my eyes, they told me I needed to lower my blood sugar levels, and all I was doing was eating salads too. I was eating like salads, boiled or steamed vegetables, and my A1C was at 13, at 13 points, which is really high. Your A1C, what the A1C is, it's like it's a percentage of how much blood sugar or your sugar levels are high during 3 months. So 13 was really high. To not be a diabetic, your A1C should be like at 5, number 5. At pre-diabetic, it's at 6 or 6.5, and 6. And at diabetic, it's 6.5 to 7. A lot of the times I've noticed with myself and other people I know, families and friends, when they are told they are pre-diabetic, they're basically pretty much already diabetic. They're diabetic. So if a doctor has told you you're pre-diabetic, you're pretty much diabetic unless you take care of yourself. Start taking care of yourself. They probably gave you some medicine already for diabetes, like metformin or Actos, or they want to give you insulin. So please do take care of yourself. I'm lucky that I went blind. I could have either had a heart attack or a stroke, probably been dead already. I think the only reason I didn't get that was because I exercised a lot, but I could be wrong. It could be other reasons I didn't get that, and I'm still alive and blind and talking to you guys. By the way, thanks if you're still listening. Lost train of thought. Let me see, adjust these headphones. And oh yeah, okay. So my A1C, it was at 13 because this was for the surgery. They told me we can't do the eye surgery until you lower your A1C. So I was eating just a lot of vegetables. That was it. I wasn't eating carbs, any rice. Sorry, vegetables are carbs, but you know what I mean. I was eating a lot of leafy stuff and broccoli. And this was before the eye surgery, because I needed to get the eye surgery. Doctors tell you that it takes 2 to 3 months to lower your A1C, like by one point or a little bit more. And these are specialists. So I did in 2 months. I think it was 2 months or 1 month and a half. I went from A1C 13 to A1C 6, and this was just eating vegan, pretty much vegetables. Yeah, just vegan stuff, no animal products. So after that, I got my surgery done, because to get surgery done to you, if you're a diabetic, you need your A1C to be 8 or less. Higher than that, your wounds are harder to heal. They'll take longer if there's a higher risk of infection on your wounds because they're not healing properly or in time. So I lowered my A1C to 6.5 or something like that. And I got the surgery done in my eyes. This was like 3 years ago. And the surgery, what they did was, because what I had was diabetic retinopathy. So the retinas in my eyes were they got detached. They got retina detachment. So if you could imagine inside your eyeball, all the way on the back where you have your optic nerve, you have, let's say, like a little sticker. That'll be the retina. And that little sticker, you could imagine it's like a little round, like a little circle. Let's say it's a smiley face emoji because I love those so much. So those reflect the light from when the light that goes into your eye, and they give the signals to the optic nerve, and that's how you get your image or something like that. Well, anyways, those detached from my eyes, so my eyes couldn't see anymore. And when that happened, yeah, I couldn't see anymore. Like my vision, as someone who could see before, I started seeing melty, like if everything was melting. I think this is when they were falling off. When I would see a picture of someone's face, it looked like it was melting, and then I would close one eye and it would look worse, shriveled, and with the other eye, like that. My eyeballs, I think the pupils, I don't know if this is how I saw them or they actually looked like this, but they also looked like they were melting. And oh yeah, sorry. This is before I got my surgery. After the surgery, what they did in the surgery was they took out all the fluid. Oh, this is what the surgery was. Sorry. They put me to sleep. They made a cut in my eyeball, like in the I can't tell you. I don't know where they made the cut. Sorry. I want to tell you, but I don't know. That's why I can't. I said I can't tell you. But they opened my eye. They took out the fluid in my eye, and they replaced and they were scratching the, like inside. They were scraping the eyeball, like inside. I woke up during the surgery. I woke up and I felt my eyeball getting scraped, and the doctor talking to his assistant. The surgery doctor, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And they were like, oh, like he woke up, and they gassed me so I could go back to sleep. But yeah, I felt them scraping the inside of your eye. So I mean your eye, my eye. So like if you imagine when you have a bowl of food or ice cream and you're scraping the last bits of it with a spoon, and you could hear the scratching sounds. I heard the scratching sounds because all this was on my head or in my head, and I felt like my head move when they would scrape it, so they were scraping pretty hard. But what they were doing was supposedly they were taking off the scars of inside my eyeball that I had from little veins that came out. I guess because the blood sugar was too high. And these little veins in the eyes pushed out the sticker, the retina. So what they did was they were cutting off those so they could be able to reattach the retina to my eye. And the way they accomplished this was they filled up my eye again with a liquid that is similar to your eye fluid. It was probably like saline water, which is water with salt. I'm not sure. And they also put, this is another thing they do. They could either put like a little air bubble in your eye or an oil bubble. And they gave me the oil bubble. What these bubbles do is when they put the retina back in your eye and the liquid and the bubble, now that's done, you have to be facing downward all the time. When you're facing downward, it's gonna push that bubble against your retina to cause pressure to stick it to the back of your eyeball. The doctors didn't tell me this at the time, but this surgery was gonna cause more damage to my eyes than I didn't know this was gonna happen until after the surgery, after months and years after the surgery. If it would have gotten with the air bubble, it would have been a lot better for me. But since they gave me the oil bubble, I still have that in my eye, inside my eye. I don't know if it's still a bubble or if it spread it out. It came out. I mean, not came out, but the bubble dissolved, and I have oil in my eye. The what the bubble causes in my eye, like if I move or something, it scratches the lens of your eye, so it causes cataracts and more scars inside your eye. And the surgery also caused glaucoma in both of my eyes, or what they call glaucoma. I don't know. I never had anything like that before, so until the surgery. And then later on, like recently, like 1 month or 2 months ago, I went to get my eyes checked out, and the doctor said, "Oh, that surgery," and because I told her, they asked me if I had surgeries before, and I told her the surgery I got, and she said, "Oh, that surgery is that causes glaucoma and cataracts," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like it was a surgery, it wasn't the diabetes or anything. So I wouldn't have got that ever if I wouldn't have had that surgery, which is the retina reattachment surgery. And the doctors pretty much, they're like, "Oh, well, too bad, I tried to see if I could sue them." And that was because that, and for other reasons, because my left eye was able to see still a little bit, like shadows of people moving around and stuff like that when people would pass. And after I got the surgery done in the right eye, that one got messed up. It like pretty much blocked it. And that's another thing a lot of doctors think. Your one eye has nothing to do with the other eye. They're both separate things. But it does, because it does have to do with the other one. If one eye was damaged and the other one could see a little bit, if one of them gets worked on, the other one's gonna lose part of the vision as well. And that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened to my eyes, because I was kind of doubting, like, should I get the surgery for the left eye, because it has a little bit of vision left. And they're like, well, if we do the surgery, you're gonna keep that vision, and it's not gonna get worse. And that's what made me feel like, okay, I should take this surgery then. And after I did it, it got worse. Completely blindness. So by the way, that's how I see. I also don't see pitch black. What I see is I see, for people who could see, if you were to see really murky, dirty water, probably you can't see anything anyways in it, but you just see like murkiness, like brown. I see colors: browns, red, white, a mixture of those, blue, purple, sometimes black, but never pitch black. And then I see the murkiness, like if it's floating, like if it's water floating in my, readjusting the headphones. There's nothing wrong with the headphones, I'm just readjusting it because I take it out of my ear and put it back in. Just to see if I don't hear any sounds outside. Yeah, so that's how I see it. I don't see anything at all. What I do get is a little bit of perception of light, but a light has to be either shining right in my face really bright, or the sunlight, direct sunlight. And the way I see it is like a little pinhole, and in that pinhole I see just white glare. It looks like, I don't know how to describe it, buttery glare, kind of like those pictures people would take in the 90s or early 2000s with all the gloss and glare, or whatever you call it. It looks like they put butter on it. That's how I would explain it. So in that white little pinhole, I cannot see. If you pass your arms through there, if I pass my arms, I cannot see that. and it's not clear or anything. It's like glary, erased white. Let me see. Surgery. Oh yeah. So I told the doctor. Now he checked my eyes again, and he was like, "Okay, the retina is fully attached to both of your eyes." And I asked him, "Okay, could you please take out that bubble?" Because I did research and I heard that that bubble makes cataracts. That it scratches up the lens from the inside of your eyes. And he was like, "Oh, sorry, I can't." Like, I don't. He didn't give me a reason. He just said he can't take out the oil from my eyes. And that kind of pissed me off because I was like, then why didn't you use the bubble instead? And yeah, let me see what else. So yeah, after that, oh yeah. So after, and thank you if you're still listening. So after that, a couple of months went to years. I would ask the doctor all the time, like, is my vision gonna get better? Because it just got worse. I said the vision I had before, after the surgeries, I lost it in both my eyes. It wasn't much, but I could see shadows, a little bit of color, of distorted color or lights. And he's like, no, like there's nothing I can do. But they already did the surgery and all this bullshit. Sorry for the bad language. Especially if there are kids watching. Sorry, kids. Earmuffs. And yeah, okay. So after going for months and then like it turned into a year, I was like, I'm not gonna see again. Like that's what they basically told me, and I got upset, and I was like, well, there's no use of taking care of myself anymore. Like this is bullcrap. I might as well, if I'm not gonna see, I might as well start enjoying food again. Because what I was eating, I was like really strict on what I was eating and stuff, so my blood sugar could go down, which was vegan. But this is another type of vegan too. Well, not another type, but a lot of people sometimes they don't stick to what they're eating because they're eating either salads or something they don't like, because they want to lose weight or whatever the reason is. My reason was so I could get the surgery and my blood sugar A1C could go down. And yeah, so after they told me I couldn't see, I was basically already going into depression. Why? Yeah, I was going into depression because all this time I was not depressed. I was with high hopes. Like I'm gonna be able to see again as soon as I get my surgery. Because I've listened to a lot of YouTube people having that surgery and they could see 2 weeks or 1 week after. They could go back to their normal lives, reading, everything. Mine was taking a bit longer, so I thought maybe it's just gonna take a little bit longer. But yeah, it didn't happen. I started eating hamburgers again, pizza, all these foods that make you happy when you eat them, or at least I thought. Eating too much of these did make me feel sick. It would give me headaches. It would hurt my eyes. It would give me acid reflux. And it would make me feel really stupid. Like I couldn't think or make decisions. And I would stumble a lot. Like I would walk like if I was a drunk person. Like I would get disoriented quickly. I would feel like the room or wherever I was at changed, like it moved. A couple of times I felt like going to the restroom, and the house was a small restroom. I would get up from using the restroom, wash my hands, and when I was looking for the door, all of a sudden I would feel like everything, everything was just walls. I couldn't find the door, and that happened to me a couple of times. And because I know there's a door there, but I couldn't find it. And anything, I would I guess turn a lot or something, and I couldn't find anything, not even the sink anymore, the toilet. I would just feel walls. Let me see what else. So yeah, all that food, I noticed it was bad. It took me long to finally do this again, the vegan stuff. Those durian writer videos are really motivational. I like how he doesn't sugarcoat stuff. He says it like it is. So I started trying that out again, the vegan thing. And it's cool because you eat all these all these foods that have sugar in them. And like I said, sugar's not bad for you. It's gonna go back down. It's gonna make you feel energetic or energized, more lively, happier. You could exercise more. You're gonna feel younger. All this stuff, and it goes down. The blood sugar goes down. All you need to do is not eat animal products, or any fat of any kind, even if it's healthy fat, because fat is fat, no matter how. And like I said in one of my classes, it's like it's like a turd. If you put sugar on it, it's still gonna be a turd. Or if you cook it with all these good things on it, it's still gonna be a turd. So fat is fat. A good way to remember that. Besides that, I could add sugar to my food, like real sugar, not use Splenda or stevia or whatever sugar sweeteners. I also feel those kind of make you dumb. Like when I was having a lot of coffee, I know that it's not the coffee. I know I would use 3 sugar packets because I like sweet stuff, and I would feel dumb afterwards. Right now, I'm just starting to feel like my head's clearing up. I know I'm saying and a lot. But compared to how I felt before, I'm feeling a lot better now. I also I'm laughing because I said I also went vegan because I noticed my health overall was going really bad. It was really bad now. I literally felt like I was dying. Something the doctors probably did get right a long time ago. They told me, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to make it to your 40s. I'm almost 40, and like I said, I started feeling like I was dying already. How is this? I feel like everything hurts. Like if I touch my forearms with my other hand, my forearm hurts. If I touch my bicep, wherever in my body, I guess it's really acidic or something, but it hurts everywhere. And I know it's because it's the diabetes. And before, I used to be able to kick metal pipes. I would kick metal pipes. First, I started off with wood, like hardwood and like broomsticks, and then going hardwood and then metal stuff. But with my shins and elbows, my forearms, to toughen them up. And now my skin is really weak now. My skin, like my shins, if I bump into a chair, it breaks my skin, and that sucks because I used to be like this invincible person, or at least felt that way. And diabetes took that all, messed me up a lot. And it's really easy not to mix foods like with. I used to be those people that say, "Oh, I need to eat meat no matter what," giggity, and even those like Jenny-O turkey franks. I was like, no, if I'm not gonna have steak, at least I'm gonna have my Jenny-O turkey franks. or I would start eating healthier like that, but I noticed it wasn't good. Oh, sorry. Let me backtrack again. Let me see, Jenny. Hopefully, I don't forget. Okay, so before my eye surgery, like I couldn't see anything, right? I would just see shadows and stuff. So I started eating really good. My retinas were detached already at this time in both my eyes, but on my right eye, I was able to see a little bit just from eating vegetables and stuff. I started being able to see a little bit of light just in the corner of my eye, like on the bottom right. I was able to see like my sister, like everyone. I was able to see their face and stuff like that. So I thought my vision was coming back, and I said, "Oh, well, the surgery is gonna help it better, right?" And wrong. And another thing that I wanted to add to that, when I had that little vision too, oh no, yeah, after the surgery, yeah, that went away. And that sucked because they told me that I was gonna be able to keep my vision as is, which I was like, oh, I could at least see a little bit out of the corner of my eye, to nothing at all. Excuse me. Alrighty, and yeah, so this vegan thing making me feel a lot better. Losing weight, slimming down, to feel my muscles a lot stronger. Oh yeah, you could also feel like your skin sticking more to your body. Like when you have some fat around your arms, or excuse me, I need water. Sorry, hold on a second. Just dropped my sharpener. So where was I? Yeah. So yeah. A lot of thanks to you. Thank you, Durian Writer, for all those cool bike videos and those vegan videos. And thank you for all who started listening to this or who kept hearing me out till the end of my rant. Or yeah. This is probably going to be a really long video, but that's okay. I didn't have anything else to do. I'm not sleepy right now. And maybe you guys want to know what's up with me. I haven't done a video in a while. And thank you for all you new people coming to check my video out, or that heard me out too. If you guys got any questions or concerns, you could go ahead and put them in the comment. I just want to make sure I said everything I wanted to say, which is probably yes. And the protein thing too, people might be like, oh, don't you need vitamin B12 or protein? But all that is, the protein is, all the food I'm eating right now has protein, like rice has protein. People might think, oh, it doesn't, but yeah, it does. Rice, and if you eat rice and beans, which is hilarious because I'm Mexican, it is a complete protein. Yeah, so everything has protein in it, or it helps your body make it into protein, all the plant stuff. And I don't feel weak. The only time you will feel weak if you're being a vegetarian or a vegan is if you don't have enough calories. And like I said, you can't get calories, like, oh, okay, this broccoli needs calories, I'm gonna add butter to it, or that just it's just common sense. If you want more calories from broccoli, eat more broccoli, or eat more vegetables, or you could put them in the blender and drink them too. The calories that I get from fruit and rice. I know pasta. Sorry. A lot of the stuff I'm eating is natural, except for the pasta and the tomato sauce for the spaghetti. But still, that works. Also, my favorite, one of my favorite restaurants. Fun fact, Pho or Pho. I call it Pho though. It's pronounced Pho, but I call it Pho. It's PHO, like photo or photograph. When it is Vietnamese food, and my favorite one there is the veggie and tofu pho or pho. It's really good. It's made with rice noodles. That's what they put in there. It has like broccoli, carrots. Well, some people have mushrooms in it, onions. It's really good. To me, it feels like it's something medicinal. Like if I'm and I don't know if it's just the thing like in my head that I think of, or it's actually true. The one time I was feeling really sick. Well, a couple of times I was feeling really sick, and I ate that, and I felt really good. But it's probably because those carbs, like durian writer says, it says carb the F up. So you have to fill yourself up with carbs. Good carbs, of course, like the potatoes and rice, fruit, and you're gonna be feeling well all the time. You're gonna feel really good, energetic, happy, everything. It's really cool. It's working for me, and I'm basically like a boring person. I could eat the same thing a lot every day or all the time. Like when I go to a restaurant, I always order the same thing at every restaurant, the same restaurant. Excuse me. Like for instance, right now that I'm a vegan, I would go to Subway. If I go to Subway, I'm just gonna get all the vegetables. I'm gonna get mustard or spicy mustard or mustard. And I heard on Google that the Italian bread is vegan, so I guess I'll eat that. Because I don't want the eggs or milk. Sorry to all the vegan people out there that care for the animals. But I don't really care for the animals. I care more about my health. I do have a leather wallet and leather strap for my knives and stuff. I love animals. I love everyone. But yeah, like if you want to eat meat and stuff, you could eat meat. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying that this is working for me. It's making me feel really good. I am diabetic. I'm losing weight. I feel really. Oh, that's another thing I was gonna say earlier. And I feel really strong. Sorry, readjusting. I feel really strong, a lot stronger. And I noticed that too before when I was able to see when I went vegan. I noticed that when I would eat meat and ride my bicycle, I would feel like a fat person riding a bicycle let me rephrase that. Because there are people who are fat and they are healthy. They have nothing wrong with them. But I felt like a really out of shape person when I would eat meat, and then when I went vegan, I felt really powerful, and that's probably even like on my Strava. I rode like 20 miles per hour for one of the rides. It was like an hour ride, and the overall thing was 20 miles per hour. And I was doing that as a vegan person. When I started eating hamburgers again and steak and all that crap, I started getting like fatigue a lot easier again. I didn't want to feel like riding my bike and stuff like that. So now with the swordsmanship stuff and other exercise that I will show you guys in a future video, all vegan. With that energy, I recover quick, and it's just really cool. And I wanted to talk about this for anyone who was interested in vegan or diabetes or the eye surgery. I said a little bit of everything. Oh yeah, and my exercise routine that I'm doing that, and those are also the easiest exercises to do. And if you don't have like a pull-up bar, the pull-up bars they're not that expensive. They're like $15 to $20. You could buy one at Amazon or at Walmart. I got mine at Walmart. And let me see what else. The little push-up handles. I'll show you guys all that in some other video. I think this video is probably long enough. So I want to thank you all again. I hope you subscribe, you like, or comment on the video. Even share if you want. My name is Daniel Lopez. I am the Blind Samurai. I am diabetic and now vegan. Hopefully this the vegan thing is gonna a lot of people say reverse the diabetes and under control it or get rid of it completely. So all of you wish me luck. I was gonna say, and tell me how far you got into the video. If you just skipped over here to the end, let me know. I'll think it's funny, but it's still cool because I still got a view. And thank you. If you listened to this whole thing, you are super awesome, and thank you so much for listening to it all. And yeah, if you have any questions or you want to know anything else about me, ask me and I'll make a video of me answering more questions and stuff. Just specifically answering the questions. I'll have someone read them to me and I could answer them. They could be anything about anything, even embarrassing questions, and I'll answer them. Alright. Well, thank you all for watching, for listening, and goodbye.